Fans call for ALDUB to be honoured, a love team that brought unforgettable joy. In the ever-evolving world of entertainment, trends come and go, but some moments leave a mark so deep that they become part of people's lives forever. For millions of fans, the iconic pairing of Alden Richards and Maine Mendoza, fondly known as ALDUB, is one of those rare, unforgettable chapters. Now, years after their peak, fans are once again making their voices heard. Across social media platforms, a growing wave of supporters is calling for the ALDUB love team to be recognised and rewarded for the immense joy, unity and hope it brought into their lives. For many, ALDUB was never just about entertainment. It was an experience, a phenomenon that turned ordinary afternoons into moments of excitement and connection. Families gathered, friends bonded, and strangers found common ground, all because of a love story that unfolded in the most unexpected and creative way. At the heart of it all was a unique kind of magic. The chemistry between Alden and Maine wasn't forced. It felt natural, spontaneous and genuine. Every glance, every smile, every moment shared on screen created a sense of authenticity that resonated deeply with viewers. Fans still remember the excitement of waiting for each new segment, the thrill of unpredictability and the emotional highs and lows that came with their story. It wasn't scripted in the traditional sense. It was alive, evolving and driven by the energy of the audience itself. That connection is exactly why fans believe ALDUB deserves recognition. This love team gave us happiness during difficult times, many supporters express online. They made us laugh, cry and believe in something pure again. In a world often filled with stress and uncertainty, ALDUB became an escape, a source of light. For some, it helped them get through personal struggles. For others, it created memories they still cherish to this day. The call for recognition isn't necessarily about awards in the traditional sense. It's about acknowledgement, a tribute to a cultural moment that united millions of people, not just in one country, but across the globe. Fans have suggested different ways this could happen. Special reunions, commemorative projects, or even a simple public acknowledgement of the impact ALDUB had. Whatever form it takes, the message remains the same. What ALDUB created was meaningful, and it deserves to be remembered. At the same time, many supporters are also mindful of respecting where both Alden and Maine are in their lives now. They understand that both have grown individually, exploring new paths and opportunities. But honouring ALDUB, they believe, does not take away from that growth. It simply celebrates a beautiful chapter that meant so much to so many. Interestingly, this renewed demand also reflects something deeper about fandom culture. It shows that people don't just connect to celebrities, they connect to the emotions, memories and experiences those celebrities create. ALDUB wasn't just a pairing, it was a feeling. And that feeling, even years later, hasn't faded. As the calls for recognition continue to grow, one thing is clear. The impact of ALDUB goes beyond ratings, beyond trends, and beyond time. It lives on in the hearts of fans who found joy, comfort, and connection through a story that felt real. Whether or not an official recognition happens, the legacy of ALDUB is already secure, in laughter shared, in tears shed, and in memories that continue to bring smiles even today. Because some love stories aren't measured by how long they last on screen, but by how deeply they stay in people's hearts.
And as the voices of fans grow louder, there is a sense that this is no longer just nostalgia speaking. It's gratitude, a deep, collective appreciation for a moment in time when everything felt lighter, simpler, and full of hope because of Alden Richards and Maine Mendoza. Many supporters recall how ALDUB didn't just dominate screens, it dominated conversations, communities, and even personal lives. People adjusted schedules just to watch them. Social media timelines would explode with reactions in real time. Even those who weren't initially fans found themselves drawn into the phenomenon. It became more than a show. It became a shared experience. And that shared experience is something rare. In an age where attention is divided and trends fade quickly, ALDUB managed to hold millions of people together, even if just for a few minutes each day. That kind of connection is not easy to create, and even harder to forget. This is why fans continue to push for recognition, not out of entitlement, but out of a desire to honor something that genuinely made a difference in their lives. Some have even described ALDUB as a once-in-a-lifetime love team. Not because it cannot be replicated in form, but because the timing, the chemistry, and the audience connection aligned in a way that felt almost impossible to recreate. And while time has moved forward, the emotional imprint remains. Interestingly, this renewed wave of appreciation has also sparked conversations about legacy. What defines a lasting impact in entertainment? Is it awards, longevity, or is it the ability to make people feel something real? For many ALDUB fans, the answer is clear. It's the feeling, the laughter that came unexpectedly, the butterflies from simple interactions, the comfort of knowing that no matter how stressful the day had been, there was something to look forward to. And perhaps that's what makes this call for recognition so meaningful. It's not about the past alone. It's about acknowledging the emotional value that ALDUB created, something that still echoes in the present. At the same time, there's a quiet understanding among many fans. Appreciation should never turn into pressure. While they hope for some form of tribute or acknowledgement, they also respect the individuality of Alden and Maine. They recognize that both have their own journeys now, their own growth, and their own stories to tell. But even as individuals, the chapter they shared remains iconic. And maybe, just maybe, that's what fans truly want, to see that chapter honored, not necessarily revived, to see it remembered with the same warmth and sincerity with which it was experienced. Because in the end, ALDUB was never just about two people on screen. It was about millions of hearts beating in sync, even for just a moment. It was about believing in something simple, something genuine, something that made people smile without needing to try too hard. And in a world that often feels complicated, that kind of joy is priceless. So as fans continue to express their hopes, their memories, and their gratitude, one thing remains undeniable. ALDUB may have started as a love team, but it became a legacy.